Welcome to this preview for the currently closed beta for Destiny 2. It will go into open beta for everybody from tomorrow, which is August 29th. Destiny 2, as I'm sure you and the whole world are aware, is the sequel to 2014's Destiny, and it's an online-only multiplayer first-person shooter. This is developed by Bungie and will be published by Activision, so set for release on September 6th, 2017 for the consoles and October 24th for PC. If I currently sound a little more peeved than normal, that will be because I'll describe my experience of trying to get this game to run on my PC. It's now 9:51 p.m. I started recording this video at 8:30 p.m. and it has taken all that time to get past the issues that partly Bungie has placed in the way of anybody who tends to record or stream this, because I have bad news for you. You can't use OBS or XSplit or a number of other programs like Fraps to record this game if you're going to run it in full screen. To capture the footage you're seeing now, I have to run this in what they call windowed full screen, because borderless full screen causes the window to do something really weird, which I'll show you in a moment. So that's taken a nice amount of time just to get past. Also, I've had one crash which resulted in this human female Titan level 20 being created. Character I actually hadn't finished creating. Oh well. So almost a couple of hours of work just to get it running. So right off the bat, if you do intend to record or to stream this, prepare yourself, as it currently stands, to be doing it in windowed mode, which, as you know, can have an impact on performance, which again you'll see in the video later on. I'm not going to apologize for how the footage looks. This is what Bungie have given us to work with. You will see when the video footage starts that it is jerky. That's nothing to do with my settings or hardware, which work fine for every other game. It's the fact that, like many graphically intense games, when you run them in a windowed mode, even if it's borderless, there is a performance impact, which is fairly obvious. Still, we have to show what we've been provided with. Incidentally, I'm also noticing a lot of frame rate drops now that I've had to run in this mode, which may account for the jerking that you're going to see in the following videos. It's probably hard to see, but in the top right of the screen there's an FPS counter, and at the moment it's changing between 60 and 30 FPS almost every second, which means there is a frame rate loss of 30 frames or 50% every second that the game is running. So again, something to note: if a reasonably stable frame rate is something that you might want in your top tier $60, $70, $80, or $100 game. Of course, we will allow them to play the beta card for the frame rate and graphical issues that we've been having. Officially, the game is not released yet, and we should state that. This is the closed beta, open beta starting tomorrow. So officially this is not a finished product, although it is less than 2 months from release. And I would expect frame rate issues like this to certainly not be occurring. A little bit worrying. Okay, as mentioned, I have an extra character that was created during a game crash, but I'll show you the start of the character creation process. As always, there are 3 classes you can choose from: the Titan, the Hunter, and the Warlock. At the moment, you don't get any more customization options once you move through this. You jump straight into the trailer, which has been doing the rounds that everybody has seen, which is the attack sequence. So we'll go with the character I've already created. Once I click this, there will be a short cutscene, which I will shut up during.
Repeat, tower approach. This is City Hawk 723. Anyone home? No response on any channels, even the emergency frequencies. What is going on back there? Remember when I told you that you fly too fast? Forget I said that. Fly fast. Let's get moving. We need to find Zavala, Ikora, and Cade.
Okay, here we are at the start of our adventure. Before we go too much further, I am going to just, like Marmite, love it or hate it, we are going to take a quick look at the options. If this is something you're not interested in, there will be a link in the description so that you can skip straight into the gameplay. I go through this stuff because it is of interest to some people. Some people like to know in advance what settings or options the game might have, and any little gotchas or tricks that can be found in there. It'll be a very quick look though. So a quick look at the options. Before we do go into the options, I will take a quick look around, and you'll experience some of the issues I'm seeing with frame rate loss and jerkiness. Again, paying attention to the top right of the screen, you'll see that our frame rate is regularly dipping from 60 to 30, and sometimes even below to 20 as well. So, not a promising introduction. A further note on the graphical issues I mentioned earlier, this video you're looking at now is actually recorded after all of the other footage, but in the interest of being thorough, I decided to go back and see how switching from the windowed borderless mode to full screen would affect performance, and if indeed the variable frame rates that we were seeing with the graphics on preset highest were down to the window mode we were running it in. And as you can see, they don't appear to be, because at the moment I'm running with highest graphics settings and this is in full screen mode. I figured out another way to capture the footage, although Bungie did everything they could to prevent that. I did figure out a way to do it using display capture in OBS rather than game capture. So if we have a look in the settings, you can clearly see, if I go to video, that I'm running full screen, 2560 1440, locked to 60 FPS VSync, and my mode is full screen. So let's shift this down to 30 FPS, apply the changes on highest, leave, and we get a rock solid 30 FPS with the highest possible settings on. Still a tiny... Oh, dropped to 20 there. Yeah, still not a great experience on highest settings in full screen. Well, actually, not a... no doubt about it, it's not a good experience at all. If we go back, settings, video, and go back to 60 FPS, change this to windowed full screen, apply, and confirm. You can see we tanked straight away from 60 down to 30. So the mode that the game is running in has nothing to do with it. This game, at least on my system, is simply not capable of running with a stable 60 FPS at the highest settings. Which is a little bit crazy. I have an overclocked GTX 1070 and, as I mentioned earlier, a high-end Core i7 processor. Also plenty of RAM as well, 16 gigs of RAM. So I'm not sure why this would happen. I just thought I'd insert this quick note in the interest of being thorough. Actually, one last test before we finish. Let's just drop the settings right down to low. So, full screen, highest to low, and just see how they look. Remember, highest was what you were seeing just a moment ago. Let's see how low looks, the lowest possible settings. Confirm. Well, they still look pretty good. This door looks fine, up close. The railings looks good. And we have a rock solid 60 FPS. Okay, definitely worth noting that even on the lowest settings, the game still looks amazing and we get 60 FPS. Again, we'll give it a beta pass and assume that these presets will be better fleshed out for the full release. So options, let's take a look. Or settings. So you have various sliders for sensitivities or mouse inversion, which is really good. It's good to have choice. Aim smoothing, not sure what it is. It's not explained, on or off. Maybe it's some kind of aim assist that locks you onto a character. Not sure. I'm sure it wouldn't apply in multiplayer though. For the controllers, you can have also the same type of options, look sensitivity, inversion changes, and you can also have something called auto look censoring. Again, not explained, so I'm not sure what it does. Controller vibration can be turned on and off as well, and the button layout cannot be changed. It's not clickable at the moment. It may be just a beta thing. Key mapping over here, great. Like to see this. Let's see what we can do. Move forward, back, and right was as you'd expect. Highlight player G, emotes, push to talk. Character, usual options that you'd expect. Fire, reload, heavy attack, block, jump. Here we go. So hold for sprint. I like to see options for toggle and hold. So I will usually bind these to mouse buttons on my Logitech mouse. So I'll just do it right now and see how it works. And crouch over here as well. Great stuff. There are a lot of things that can be changed, which I like, and they're divided into different sections such as character, vehicle, and UI shortcuts as well. Good to see these types of options. Video is where it's going to be fun. This is what caused the sour experience at the start. So like a lot of games, this one is showing you what your VRAM usage is, which is nice to see how within your budget you are. So the windowed mode, as I mentioned earlier, that I'm currently using is windowed full screen. There are the usual other ones of windowed, which will give you a bar across the top, but look just like this. Full screen, which will be full screen, and you'll need to alt tab in and out of the game. Borderless windowed looks exactly like this mode here, except that on my 3-screen setup, it drops down to the right, moves off the screen, and looks really, really strange, which I'll show you in a moment. And windowed full screen is what we're in at the moment. That's confusing. You've selected it up here, but it's also available down here. So I'll show you borderless windowed and what will happen. And you can see that that is not what we want to happen. It's actually pushed into the lower right-hand corner of my screen, and then off of that screen onto the screen beside it. And of course, because there's no window, I can't drag and move this window around. There's nothing I can do except revert back, which is going to automatically happen, thankfully. Just like that. So, again, beta pass. Hopefully that will be resolved when the game goes into full release. Resolution, the usual options you'd imagine. VSync is really nice, not just off or on, but you have off 60 FPS and 30 FPS. I have it set to 60, which I would love to be able to achieve. Even in the menus, you can see at the top right here, we're not achieving that stable FPS. I'm guessing that's down to being in windowed full screen mode in what's a very graphically intense game, and in fact a scene which you've seen a moment ago, which is very graphically intense also. Field of view slider, which can be adjusted, is great to see. Screen bounce sets how far the edges of the screen goes in case you have some maybe overscan issues or your game is not fitting correctly. Brightness you can adjust, as you can imagine. Graphics quality, nice to have all the individual options, which is really great. This is what makes a PC game. And I will touch on the fact that Bungie said that, in their own words, PC gamers wouldn't be treated like second-class citizens. They would have their own version of the game with their own graphics, and a game that could take the capabilities of their usually higher spec machines into account. And that does seem to be the case because, as it stands at the moment, the console versions are locked to 30 FPS. However, on PC you can go 60 if you want, which is great. So they do seem to be not just bringing over a quick and easy console port. All the usual options are in there. It would be nice if they were explained. Some people have no idea what these options mean, like me. But they're not explained. However, as you would expect in a modern game, there are lots of presets, and I've gone with highest, which is producing some interesting FPS. Actually, we'll try and drop that down a bit and see if it changes things in a moment. Sound, your game volume, chat volume, all very self-explanatory. You can also adjust your voice chat and have push-to-talk enabled or disabled, which is a nice option to have if you don't want to use a third-party client. You just want to use the in-game voice chat. Gameplay, reticle location, PC default or console default. Not sure what the difference is. Let's have a look. Console default. Oh, I see the gun gets held down. Is that it? No. Let's check it again really quick. PC default. Yeah, the difference seems to be that initially your gun starts across your chest, which would make sense for consoles, I guess. So the non-adjustable field of view. You can turn off having your helmet visible or not, and the FPS display is on at the moment. You can also set some nice things for text, such as the opacity or clarity of your background chat, as well as filter some profanity. And wow, accessibility settings, so often overlooked. You can choose a number of different color blind modes, which are listed here. Really important stuff, good to see. Subtitles can be on as well. And you can adjust your HUD opacity, something you don't normally see at all, which is really amazing. Full is default. Let's change it to high and see how this looks. I'm not noticing a huge difference, but that can just be me, I guess. Still looks similar to me. I'm not too sure on that. The last thing we wanted to check was what would happen to the FPS if we dropped our preset from highest to, let's say, medium. We'll apply those changes, and I hope we don't get a game restart. We don't. And yes, yep, we are getting steady 60 FPS. Honestly, it doesn't look like a huge reduction in quality. In fact, I'm finding it hard to notice what the reduction in quality might be. So let's conduct another live experiment while we're recording and change this from medium to high. Apply those changes. Now we're getting the problem again. We just hit 30 FPS. Oh, well, it was only a small drop to 30. Okay, good to know. So, one thing to note then, that you seem to be able to drop the quality settings without noticing a huge difference in quality. This looks like it's possibly one of the most graphically intense scenes that you could test it with. However, you know, I am running a GTX 1070 and a lot of RAM and a high-end i7, so I really wouldn't be expecting any kind of issues with any modern game at all. So that's the options. Let's move on with the mission. Just to mention, I have never played this game, and that's any Destiny game, previous one or this one, beyond the quick go of the demo on PS3 and maybe later on PS4 as well. So that's me just prefacing any silly issues that I may have, like walking off a cliff. So let's see. Do we have boost jump? We do. Oh my god. Okay. Okay. This looks pretty good. How's our FPS doing? Still at 60. Well, I mean, I love how it looks, and I love the atmosphere and the music. Holy shit. Okay. Oh shit.
This
Well,
doesn't make sense. The Cabal conquer systems by blowing up planets. Whatever they want, it must be here, in the last city.
well, ladies and gentlemen, my first Destiny battle. How did I do? Did it look like I didn't know what I was doing? No, of course not. Oh, okay, cool. So that's not melee. That's put it to a wall in front of you. You may not be able to appreciate it on the video, but whew.
This is Commander Zavala. Civilians, report to evac points. Guardians, rendezvous in the plaza. Our city will not fall.
I was going to say that I loved the atmosphere and the sound in it, and that voice acting is also pretty good as well. So, from a frustrating start, I am enjoying it. But I'm a sci-fi nut, I must say. Shotgun? Shotgun. Assault rifle? I guess. And back to the one I started with. Okay, cool. So, let's keep going. I think something huge is about to come around that corner. Let's shotgun him. Yeah, that works. Okay. Okay.
Hey, you two. Give me a sec. Zavala's doing the hero thing in the plaza. Me? I've got a date with whoever's behind this. It'll be a short date.
He's not going to get annoying soon at all. I'm sure. Okay. Let's keep going. These bad dudes? No. Probably original Destiny players are shaking their heads right now.
Over here, Titan. My armory is open to you. Follow the path from there. It will lead you through the hangar to the plaza.
Thank you kindly.
I'll take care of these people. If the Cabal want war, give them war.
You're a good man. I am supercharged. Apparently. Oh, okay, cool.
We should really grab a gun and get moving.
Yeah, man. Let's do that. Are these all the same? Sweet business. Kinetic weapon. Okay. Okay, that's everything. Let us take a quick look at what we got. Oh, here it is. Attack 205, attack 200, attack 200, attack 200. So 5 is better than 200, right? Requires level 16, which we are. I'll have that. Thank you very much. And okay, so I get it. Kinetic weapons, which will fire some kind of projectile, like a conventional earth gun. And then we have energy weapons. Okay, all the same. Well, I think I like this one. The minuet. Okay, always makes me laugh. Remember when Riker in Star Trek had a holodeck girlfriend called Minuet? Now, there you go. Geek credentials, people. Power weapons. That's my shotgun, I guess. I'm going to stick with that. I'm a ghost. Okay. And I don't think I have anything else. No, I don't. But we'll increase these numbers. Don't worry. It's the name of the game, right? I'm supercharged. Okay, let's go do this. Whoa! Oh, you can't fire through it. You see, the trick there was to not keep tapping my mouse button like this. That's just a Gatling gun. You need to hold it down, people. There you go. See, we are learning together. We're learning together. I'm covering my lack of skill and knowledge quite well. Let's try a different weapon. So I have no... Oh, okay, I see. I have equipped... What is this? Large mag increase. Holding down the trigger boosts the weapon's range and rate of fire. I see. Okay, cool. Hand cannon, auto rifle, submachine gun. See, I feel like this is my big heavy hitter, and now I need something else just to help me out. So let's try this. Okay. 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 Let's go. This is my new favorite weapon.
Evacuation order 77 is in effect. This is not a drill. All civilians report to designated evacuation areas immediately.
Okay. Trouble in town. Nothing there to see. Let's keep going. Whoa. Oh shit. Yep. He is pissed. This is a nice gun. Okay. That is people, that is some kind of ship. Actually, it's not a ship. It's just another huge motherfucking dude to kill. Oh. What was that? Whew. These fights feel pretty good. The difficulty level feels nice. I don't feel like I'm walking through this. Shit. There's... Oh my god. The video probably doesn't portray how loud and dangerous feeling that is. That weapon. Wow. As soon as it hits, there's a huge area of effect. Well, not a huge, but there's a significant area of effect that keeps you really on your toes. That's what I thought was a ship. That's it there. That's that Centurion thing. Okay, no point in hiding. Let's get this guy. He has a shield. Okay, that's him. So the difficulty level feels... I was going to say just about right. For me, just about right. Obviously, in the campaign, that should be changeable, right? Did we miss something? Let's just check that really quick. Yes, I know you're delighted to see the settings screen again. There is no difficulty level. So I'll just assume that I'm just good at this. Okay. Let's go. Alright, cool. So we've got some purple shit to throw as well. And usual quick access to weapons as you'd expect via the number keys there. I don't know why that alarm is going off. Okay. Hey. Someone else in here with me? Anybody's? I also like, unless I'm missing... Ah, yes, there is, at the top left of the screen, you can see kind of a compass direction guiding me to where I need to go. If I stop talking for a second like that, it's actually because the sound is so good that when something hits to the right or the left, I'm playing with headphones at the moment, it's really feels like it's right there.
Look at the size of that thing. It must be their command ship.
Okay, we got a fight. It's one of the big dudes down. Another one down. Health recharging. The top of the screen. The white bar is health. Whoa. Really excellent music again. Out of ammo. Whew.
You're not just assaulting the city. Look at the Traveler.
Intense and very, very enjoyable. I would say I haven't experienced gunplay like that since probably Titanfall 2, which is regarded as a pretty good example of gunplay in FPS games. Okay, where to? We're going... Jeez. I keep thinking I hear or see something. Let's go.
Okay, my ghost keeps tagging these Cabal as Red Legion. Akora, what do you got?
They're elite, ruthless, and rumor
Rockets?
is they have never known defeat.
Until today. Today they face Guardians.
But Zavala, they're attacking the Traveler.
The Traveler waits. We protect our people at any cost.
The Traveler. What is that thing they're attaching to it?
Oh dear. Are there guardians in the area? Ah, these are people. These are real players. So cool. I reckon these are real people.
These Red Legion are well trained, but we are better. We will hold this line until the last civilian is safely away.
Incoming! Fall back to my shield!
Whoa, shit! Okay, I'm revived. So when he says get back to the shield, you know, make sure you get back to the shield.
Don't let them pass the gate. The evac shuttles are back there.
I am out of ammo. I am out of ammo.
We hold here. That command ship, it's next on my list.
Stay inside
Oops.
my shield.
Okay. Can we get back?
More Red Legion. Show them what Guardians are made of.
What? What even hit me? Whew. These guys are determined. This is the last
The
wave
last
now.
of the shuttles is away, but the speaker, he never made it. I'm going to look for him.
I've got the plaza. Go with Ikora. Find the speaker.
We're on it, Commander.
Alright. Okay, didn't get killed that time. Pretty good.
Drop bomb! I'll take care of these!
Probably should catch up to Ikora.
Yes, yes, we should. Okay, oh my god.
Let's go.
What, we're really leaving here with all these guys? I guess we do. Oh my god. Run, 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 run. Intense gunfight. Hey, buddy. I know, messy. Ah.
Ikora, the speaker is gone. Reggie, you will take no more from us, and you will find no mercy in me.
Oh, she's gonna do the ride the spaceship thing.
She'll find the speaker. We need to move on that command ship. Now head to the North Tower. I'm sending Amanda Holiday to pick you up.
Hell yeah. Oh my god. That's it, that's it, that's it for kinetic. Next weapon. Moving in. Whew. Tense. Nothing on the right. Whew. Grenade it. Okay, let's see. Okay, 2 targets left. 1 target, 2 still left. Wow. The hell is that? Okay, nothing. I gotta keep mentioning the sound. You keep hearing things behind you, around you. Pretty amazing.
Holiday is inbound. We need that ship off the field.
What the Okay, here we go. God damn it. Oops. Shit. Please tell me I've got some ammo for this. Yes, I do. Whew. That took three quarters of my health. Well, a pretty intense and satisfying first experience, I would say. And another cutscene.
Zavala, Picked up that Guardian you never showed up about?
Get them on that command ship, now!
Hold on back there! Come on, big guy. Do something. All right, Guardian. Time to kick him where it hurts.
In the nads, I guess.
Let us know when the shields are down and we'll hit that ship with everything we got.
Well, folks, there you have it. Destiny 2 closed beta, which was available today for people who've already purchased the game. Available today, I believe it was from 10 a.m. PST or 6 p.m. GMT. So, what's the opinion so far on the small amount I've played of the Destiny 2 beta? Well, I can say I really enjoyed it. On the good side was the amazing graphics, the fact that you can drop it to low and it looks pretty much the same to me as high or even highest. Pretty strange, but I've seen that in other games before, like Ghost Recon Wildlands as well, where you can drop down to medium or even low settings without too much of a big impact, which is great. One of the strongest points of the game is the sound. Both the voice acting and the music are perfectly suited to what's happening around you and what's going on, and makes it really, really immersive as well. Um, I liked the Division, and I like to a certain extent, although not as much, Ghost Recon Wildlands. That's probably because I like big open world games where you have the right amount of busy work to do, but also where there's a really good story supporting it as well, which is, I think, where the Division and Ghost Recon Wildlands fell down quite a bit. The story just wasn't there. And what I've seen so far, and this is brilliantly acted and presented, very immersive, and really pulled me right in. And I'm really looking forward to trying the rest of the beta out as well. What else? Okay, on the bad side, it took almost 2 hours to get this thing set up and running. And I know of a unique situation where I wanted to record some footage for a YouTube video, but I'll remind you as well that you would have the exact same problems if your intention was to stream this, because you can't capture it full screen unless you're going to use, say, display capture in OBS, which won't save you any performance hits because it's not actually the window mode the game is running in that causes any performance hits. It's actually just the game as it is in its current state. What's more neutral would be, I suppose, the options. There are a lot of them, which is very admirable, especially the accessibility settings, which are always good to see. They're not always present in games, even games with a budget as big as Destiny 2. It was good to see those. I would like to see some explanations of what each option actually does occasionally in PC games. Not everyone knows what, for example, ambient occlusion is. Final word. What kind of feelings am I left with? Excited. I can't wait to try this out properly as well. Of course, I'll preface that by saying that games where you have to increase a statistic or a number to make yourself better, inverted commas, have always appealed to me and may not appeal to everybody else. If, like me, you haven't played really too much, I could say almost none of the previous Destiny games, you come at this probably fresh as well and not carrying any opinions from the previous game. But me personally, I'm looking forward to trying it out. If the level of quality and immersion that was in the beta is kept up throughout the story, if the multiplayer is solid, if it's not full of needless, pointless, repetitive, busy work, which is something that many open world games fall victim to, then I think Bungie and Activision have another 3 or 4 or 5 year epic on their hands, which I look forward to trying. So in order to not make the video any longer than it is, I'm not going to play any more in this video, but I will continue the open beta in a series of other videos so you can see more of the gameplay. Okay, thanks for watching.